a 9 to 5 or like anything like that. I started when I was like 14. I worked at a dance studio. Then I danced for a DJ company. And then I graduated high school, and a year later I was in a boy band, and it's been my life ever since.
Not a boy band too. Like it's ideally like superstar stuff. Absolutely love it. Okay, so now we had, and then you had I Feel For You, which is what we opened up with. God. Dude, first of all, okay, some of these are remakes, but I must say, to me, being a Michael Jackson fan, to me, it's like it's a hit or miss. So please tell me, what gave you that confidence when it comes to remaking these songs and doing them over? Like, what is it that gives you that confidence? Who's mixing for you? Tell us, because they're just as good.
Yeah, so I'm always nervous. I tell everybody when I do a remake, I'm like, I put a lot of pressure on myself and everybody else, like you said, because I love Michael and I love Prince and I love all that.
Yes.
And so all those artists are a huge influence, in my music. And I know how other people are, meaning like people on the internet, they'll come for you if this is not right. They will come for you. So you're taking a risk when you do things like this.
Yes.
And so basically, it's funny they said that I record hundreds and hundreds of songs, and a lot of them I'm just kind of pushed to the side because I don't feel like they're up to par, or like I don't feel like it's right. My I Feel For You record, I've had like 8 versions before the one that I released. I was being really picky about it. And what I kind of like to do is totally remake it to the point where I'm not just I'm putting my own twist to it, which so that I'm paying, like I feel like I'm paying tribute to the artist and presenting it to a new audience and to a new generation of people without completely just ripping the original record, because I do feel like the original records are untouchable, and so I don't want to replicate exactly what it was, because that record is so incredible as is. And so when I'm creating my own versions, I just kind of like to put different twists to it, or feel like, how can I make this innovative, or how can I make it feel fresh for right now, but still keep the essence of what you loved about the original track and still mix it with my own flavor and vibe and make it unique. And so it's always a challenge, but I'm always up for a good challenge. So,
Oh my God.
I'm always so happy when people love it, and, and it's, that's the most important thing to me, is that my fans love it and the people love it. Of course, I always know you're going to get haters. You're going to get, people that, but people aren't, you're never going to make everybody happy.
That's right.
So, and so it's always a process. I do work with an incredible group of people. I kind of circulate between 2 or 3 different producers and engineers and stuff, depending on the record and what I feel like fits each person. And people that understand my energy and vibe and what I'm going for, because I feel that's important too. And and we figure out how to make it happen. I don't know how it happens in the end. I'm always just like, all right, it's done. Thank God.
I must say, I'm the same. I feel the same way. Sometimes I hear remix and I'm like, why didn't they leave the original and not play with that? But honestly, any one of the ones I heard that you made, I said, oh my goodness, because it's still like, let's get it on. The soul is still there, but at the same time, it's a pop song. Yeah. And I wanted to get into that a little later, because that's his new release. Absolutely love it. Since we're already talking about it, please tell me, what went behind this? What made you do this song?
So what happened was, I always sing Let's Get It On a lot. Like, I have a piano, just ballad version that I use a lot, just in like my live shows, or like if I'm just performing like live on my Instagram or my TikTok, whatever it is. And people always love when I sing the record. And so the reason I've been doing the remixes is because I'm actually saving all of my original records right now. So I wanted to still put out music, but I don't want to put out my original songs because of COVID, because I know I will not be able to push them the proper way.
That's
and
right.
Because I'm not established like a Jennifer Lopez or an Ariana Grande or a Justin Timberlake, putting out a record already is difficult. Putting out a record in the middle of a world pandemic is nearly impossible, because
I'm glad you touched that.
Live. I can't tour. I can't do radio, really, performances. Yeah. I can't go on television and perform it on a morning show. So my goal was, how do I continue to entertain people? How do I continue to, release stuff? I don't want to just let my whole year pass me by either and not have done anything. And so I was like, you know what, this is a good time to do some remakes, throw up some covers, still keep people, engaged and interacting with me. And so Let's Get On was a record, going back to that I knew people had loved that I sang. And so I wanted to do something like, give it like a summer kind of vibe. And my inspiration was actually Kygo.
Nice.
So I wanted to give it just kind of something. I always usually do everything like this. And so I wanted to do something like a little bit more like relaxed and chill and just feel good. And so I sent a music producer that I work with in London, I sent him over my acapella. He had worked with a DJ in Europe and they were collaborating on it. And then he sent me back a couple ideas and I loved it instantly. I'm like, it's dope. It sounds fresh and young.
Oh, man.
But still,
it's exactly
the essence
what
of the original record.
Yep.
And I honestly, it was probably one of the fastest remakes I did. He had sent me back a sample and I instantly was like, yes, it's perfect. We made like one or two changes and that was it. And it just kind of happened. And literally, I've done all of these songs inside of a closet. That's where I recorded everything. I haven't had one studio session. I've worked with everyone, just sending files back and forth.
What?
And yeah, literally. And even all the original records that I recorded this year that are just sitting on my computer that I can't wait for everybody to hear. I've recorded in quarantine, in my house, in a closet, like wherever I could just get an empty space. And it happens to actually be some of my best work. And so when people say it's not about the fancy studios or, the $1 million microphones, it really isn't, because I've done some of my best records and work literally, this year with nothing, just through a computer screen. So.
And what a beautiful way to turn something so negative that we're going through, and to find such a positive outlook on it. To actually say that some of my best music has came out of the closet.
Yeah, literally. I'm like, Michael.
I love that. Now on TikTok, I wanted to talk to you about TikTok, because on TikTok you got likes, 5 million. Is that even possible? 5 million likes? Like, come on, seriously, cut it out. Stop showing off, Frankie. So when it comes to for real, right? So I wanted to ask you that when it comes to a platform like TikTok, what do you think that platform has done for artists and their music?
So what I feel about TikTok is, the reason I love the app is because it brings you to a page where anyone can see anything. So a lot of times what especially I feel like labels don't realize is, labels will say, well, if you're that good, why don't, you have more followers, that people know you? Well, people can't find you or know you if they've never heard of you, if you're not put in their face,
Right.
So on Instagram, like, let's just say some of my fans right now, right? Let's say they love you and they're like, I love her energy and I love her vibe. Now they found you through me, which is amazing, right? That's the only kind of platforms we have on Instagram to engage with more people. Whereas TikTok, it's an open engagement, meaning your video can go out and you never know who is going to see it. And because of that, you're able to capture and find so many people that are discovering you for the first time. And that's what I love about the app, is because every time I post, doesn't matter whether 1,000 people see it, 20,000 people, 1 million, it's still 1,000 more people that might have never heard me before. Even if it's one person, one new person that, happens to swipe and my video comes up. And so for that, I love the app, because it gives so many people a chance to be discovered and to be seen and to be heard, where, they wouldn't get that kind of opportunity, elsewise. And so, and so it's been definitely a blessing, because I've been able to, reach so many people and
only
so
5 million. Only 5 million. That's come on, get those numbers up, man. Now you model, you've done TV shows. I mean, your resume is full of so much greatness. Where's this direction going? I know you said you're waiting for the pandemic to kind of pass to put out music. So what else are we going to do without time? Now that we see the second wave is coming.
Yeah, so
what's it looking like for you?
So for now, I'm coming out with the Christmas record. So I'm working on that right now, because I figured that would be something good to, put out in the meantime. So I actually just was on a session earlier with my guy in Europe, finishing that. And I'm going to shoot a video for that as well. So I'll have both of those things. I'll probably do some type of like Christmas, like maybe just like acoustic night or live night on either like my Instagram or my TikTok or something where I'll just like, sing and perform some records. And then from there, I do have some things in the works. I can't say what they are because I don't want to jinx anything.
No, I'm totally like that. I have the same mentality.
And so I'm waiting to kind of see where they land. But I will say I do have the personality that I never rely on anybody else. I never put all my eggs in one basket. And so I'm always thinking ahead and thinking of what can be the next thing I do to innovate and what can I do, like if this does continue, how can I, reach more people or, what ideas can I do next? And so I do have a bunch of, ideas and stuff that I'm thinking about and different things I'm playing around with. Of course, my end goal when people ask me, like you said, is to do everything. I don't lie to people. I love to entertain and I want to do it all. And I know sometimes people feel, I don't know if they feel like threatened by it, but you're from New York. It's the way that that we're built and how we're raised.
That's right.
I don't feel that anything in life is limitless, and I don't feel like because I'm just a singer, I can't do X, Y, and Z. Eventually, I would love to be in movies. I would love to have my own clothing line. I would love to be on a television show. I would still love to do Broadway. I would love to, model. I would love to. I want to do everything, and so,
wow.
I always feel like it depends on, what door is going to open where. In God's time, what's meant to be will be, and kind of how everything maps itself out. But I am, I'm definitely a hustler, and I love to kind of, put my hands in a little bit of everything, and and just see where it takes me. I literally tell people all the time, I just love to entertain, and so being creative and producing videos and my songs and whatever it is, or is just always what I've loved to do, and so, it's work, but I love it. It's crazy, trust me. Some nights I'm like, like, why did I choose to do this? But, it's just how it goes.
Oh my goodness, from your energy to everything you've been basically, you put your fingers on, your voice. Let me tell you something, that You Were Not Alone by Michael Jackson. By Michael Jackson, but you remade it.
Yes.
I was like, oh, but you see, that's something that I felt like you didn't change too much, but at the same time, you wasn't trying to be Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And to me, oh my goodness, can you sing for us a little clip of that right now? Would that be something you could do?
I promised my manager, I'm on vocal rest right now, and I wouldn't sing for the next week. But I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to sing it a cappella next week, and I'm going to tag you in it. And I'm going to do a little special one just for you.
Okay, bet. I'm going to hold you to that, Frankie.
I promise you.
Don't diss me. Then everybody's going to be like, wow, she got dissed on that live.
Sessions, and I have like vocal notes, and I get them a lot. And so I always overdo everything, especially with my voice. And so
I was going to say, you do sound a little raspy right now. So
yeah, I have a really raspy voice. And so every 3 or 4 weeks I'm supposed to go on vocal rest when I'm literally don't talk much and won't sing, and so I have a recording session, and so I'm saving myself until then. I'm don't hate me though. I hate being one of those people.
We won't. I promise we won't. No. We won't. I hate want to be one of those people that put people on the spot, and then it's like, why you did that? That wasn't nice.
No, I love to be on the spot. It's more fun that way. It's interesting.
I just really have to hear you a cappella. I cannot wait till next week. I'm going to be looking forward to it because I cannot wait. Yo, everybody, please go out and listen to Let's Get It On. The video is out. The song is out. It is so fire. It has this pop / still has that soul to it. Oh, man. You're doing it out there, man. And I thank you for being locked in with us here at Dash.
Oh, my, absolutely. So tell me, so I can tell my people that are on here, tell us more about what you do and tell me a little about yourself.
Oh my God!
I love
interviewing me right now, guys.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm a school teacher. I take pride to that first, but I also do all the radio stuff on the side. Right now, I just freshly started out with Dash. I'm also on This Is 50. You can also catch my YouTubes. And I'm really, really passionate about community, about spreading love. I mean, I'm from Brooklyn, so cliche as it sounds, spread love is the Brooklyn way. So I'm really, really all about that. And I really stress the fact that I really want to put it out there that I'm a teacher, because for me, this platform is only going to help me do more for the children, do more for education, do more for our society, do more for our community. And that's really, really where it's all about for me.
I love that you're a teacher. So I don't know if you know this, but when I was 15, I started teaching dance. And
Nice.
I teach kids like all over the world. I actually just flew back from doing that last weekend. And so I agree with you.
Wow.
I always tell people, like, as an entertainer, I think about this a lot, how I was inspired by so many incredible artists. And I'm never to, like, knock other people because everybody does their thing. I just feel, and this is a personal opinion, that kids now don't have the similar influences
Right.
in artists that we had. And I say that because it is just a different, like, generation, in the sense of, like, where when I was younger, you had to be amazing to make it. You had
Right.
to sing and dance and go, you know what I mean? And you had to be at a certain caliber to make it there. Whereas now, fame is so much more instantaneous. Anybody can be famous, which is awesome too, nothing against that. But it's different because it sometimes, I feel like, shows kids that you don't need to do all of these things and work hard to make it, because what they see is, sometimes, oh, well, this person did it this way, and so can I. And so with my music,
or because everything's a drop of a button and a finger and a dime, they think that it's all the same way, and it's not. I'm so happy you made that point.
Yeah, and so, my goal as an artist is to bring back a certain style and level of performance, especially, and music videos and live performances that will inspire, obviously, a lot of kids, in the arts, because that's what I grew up doing. And same way how I would watch a performance and be like, I want to do that one day, and I want to, be amazing like that person. And so, I love that you teach kids, because I do feel like it's such, an important thing for kids, just to be surrounded by positive people and, good influences, because they are surrounded by so much on social media, and it's like, it can become so toxic. And so, as much as it's a blessing, I also feel like there is a lot of negative that comes along with it as well. And so, that's, amazing that you do that. And I always try to, like, work with kids a lot and give back, because I do feel like, it's so important for them to hear my story and where I've been and stuff as well.
And I know I say this word, I said it about 4 times already, but again, cliche, that's the future.
Absolutely.
If we're going to change anything, we got to start with them, right?
100%.
So this is how I think. And again, I didn't get to say it, but I do love to interview. For me, knowing the love that goes behind the motivation, what gets us up in the morning. I mean, you didn't start at 5 million likes, okay?
No.
Let's be real. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So what keeps you motivated? What all of that? I mean, I'm just truly moved by artists like you and everything you guys do, and the bravery and the Purple Heart that goes behind. You know what I'm saying? That ribbon that goes behind what you guys do.
It's so true. A lot of people just see a picture and a like and a thing.
Right.
It seems like that happens so quickly, and it's always such a journey and such a long process. And you go through, like, it's like a roller coaster of just emotions, and it is so difficult. But it's important for other people to know that the same way they feel they're on that roller coaster, and maybe they see me now and the things I'm doing now, and they're like, oh my God, you're so lucky. But, it wasn't always like that.
That's
like
right.
you said, I tell everybody, I've had more success this year in 1 year than I've had in about, an accumulation of 13 years of my career, which, it's insane. And mind-blowing, but it's the truth, and I always feel it's so important to share that with people, because I've been doing this, since I'm, a kid, and it's been one of the most difficult, things I've ever...
Most difficult but rewarding, right?
Yeah, like, it's been crazy, and, and there's so much that goes into it, and so important for people to know because a lot of people are going through hard times and dark times and are feeling depressed and sad, and sharing your story with people and letting them see that there can be light. That's always my end point of it.
Yes.
Even through all the darkness, through all the mountains and the hills, like, I kept pushing through and I found, the light. And so I want to share that with people because I want for other people to keep pushing. And you know what I mean? And even know that when it seems impossible, like, you just gotta keep, keep going because you're so close. You just don't know it, You're so close.
Yes, the closer you get, the harder it gets.
Yes, 100%.
Oh my God. It's just like school. Senior year is coming, and I know senior year sometimes, it could be a little about all the fun, but that road to senior year, you gotta push so hard before you can get that diploma,
Yep.
And it's the same with life, man. It's the same with life. And
absolutely.
So positive. I thank you, Frankie.
Thank you
And
so
I wish
much.
you the best.
Thank you. Well, listen.
Next week,
one day when you're maybe, I don't know if you're teaching in person at school and stuff, but what grade do you teach?
I'm high school.
I would love to come in one day and maybe talk to one of your classes.
That'll be amazing.
Tell them my story. And,
actually, I just
inspire some people.
I'm working with a girl group right now, and this group of girls it's an Obama started the group, and it was called My Brother's Keeper, but now we started My Sister's Keeper. So I'm running this for my school, so I would love to have you on, even a Zoom, to have the girls, and we'll all be there, and we're definitely gonna set that up.
Yeah, shoot a message to Linda, and we can hook something up.
Okay. Thank you again, and I wish you the best of luck.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have an amazing day.
You too.
Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Guys, that was so good and so positive. Oh my goodness, it pays to be positive, y'all. Stay in your light, stay in your positivity, do what you love, always keep pushing. It's your girl, Justina Love. We're here with Dash. Did I say Justina Love? I meant Justina Love. Follow me, follow my YouTube, follow all I'm doing. You already know. Thank you, Dash, again. Bye.